Hi there, this is David and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 2nd chapter. Today I am in Air Latan because we are leaving the Rouen region for good and headed into the Zeiss region. So we have to go through the Chaldea tunnels, which are pitch black. Yeah. Holy crap! Blast it all, it's completely dark. I never realized how dark it'd get down here with lights. It's scary. The only hope we'd have of navigating down here would be night vision goggles. If we don't have any, we should check around town, in the general store or something. Good idea. One way or another. Probably best to find a way to see before going forward. Yeah, so make sure that you have some. I have two, so I'll go ahead and I want to hit them, or equip them on my big hitters, which is Joshua and Estelle. I'll stick them on there real quick, and then we're going to head on through. And it's pretty much follow this green, well, the rock path, because if you go off the path, you don't see the rocks there. So stay on this rock path, and you'll make it through, and I'm going to meet you at the end. After heading all the way through the Chaldea tunnels, all the way east, we actually want to head back west into the tunnels, because there's a monster that we want to fight here, and this monster is really difficult. So do be prepared. Just basically head back in, and then head the first branch south, and then, yeah, this guy. So, in order to fight him, we need to disequip our cloak and make sure that we are totally prepared. And I'll talk more about fighting him during the battle, if this would ever disequip. So, there we go. Okay, well, these guys are pretty difficult, actually. The Divine Penguins, they have almost 16,000 HP and really no weaknesses. So, first things first, I'm going to cast a Stone Impact on them, get some damage in real quick, and I'm going to use a True Hurricane on with Estelle. The only people who can attack in this fight are Estelle and Joshua. Because of the night vision goggles, I only had two, so I could only equip two. So I gave it to my two physical hitters here. So Sherazard and Tita should not be attacking at all. Sherazard's job is pretty much going to be Heaven's Kissing Estelle and Joshua to make sure that their turns come up more often, because you do not want these guys to get a turn. They are highly annoying. They can totally screw you over, actually. And you want to focus on them, for the most part, one at a time. They can inflict your entire party with sleep or confuse, and then they can also inflict your party, or they can inflict a party member with what's the other one? Paralyze, which makes it so that you can't attack or use crafts. And considering that Joshua and Estelle can't use arts because they don't have zero field generators on them, I have the what are they called again? The night vision goggles on them instead. Then it just makes it really difficult and annoying to deal with. So what I'm going to have her do, I think, is, let's see, just raise their attack power. That'll be fine. Do something right there. Hopefully this kills him. That'd be really nice. Yeah, it's difficult whenever you have to have two characters with like, you don't have that many accessory slots. You have to have the zero field generators to use the arts. You have to use the night vision goggles to actually attack. Then you have to use status prevention accessories, or else this asshole will, like, totally screw you over. I mean, in my first test run of this, the fight took over 10 minutes, because it kept on putting us to sleep, kept on confusing us, kept on paralyzing us. Great, Josh was paralyzed. That's just lovely. Do I have anything that cures paralysis? Yes. So we'll go ahead and use that on him. But even so, he can't do anything during his turn. I mean, he could do something to cure his own paralysis, but that would waste his turn just as much. So while that's happening, I'm just going to have, I'll have her join in on the attacking. Why not? Just use a stone hammer against him or something. Join in on the damage, because Joshua can't do the damage right now. So yeah, this fight is just obnoxious. But you do want to fight him because he drops a really nice accessory that I do want to equip. So there we go. So it's kind of like slow and steady wins the race with this guy, and half the battle is already fought because we already killed his little partner in crime. And when they gang up, and it got to the point in my test run where it was like the second that I cured one of the person's statuses, yeah, this happened. And then they gave status ailments to everybody else. But Estelle has the Grail Locket, which prevents all status ailments. Joshua is paralyzed again, and it got to the point where Scheherazade got put to sleep and, confused. But I equipped buzzers on Scheherazade and Tita, which prevents sleep and also gives them a boost to their art attack power. So it's kind of like, a double-edged, well, not a double-edged sword, but, it's something that really helps me out there because it helps with their art attack power, which they're casting arts anyway. And, oh, wow, she's out of VP. Seriously? Okay, just attack or something. And it helps them by being able to not get put to sleep. So, yeah, this fight can be really, really annoying if you don't know what you're doing. So, be prepared. This fight is a pain, but we get the Divine Cross. Awesome. So let's check that out real quick. Let's see, where is it? I don't see it. There it is. Wow, look at that. All abilities up except range. Yeah, that's insane. Look at that. It gets everything up by like 30 almost, it seems. I mean, it's really good. So, yeah, I'm going to be totally equipping that on Estelle. That's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to meet you back in Zeiss. Well, I took care of that guy. Finally made it back to the underground of the central tower, so I can finally go into Zeiss and see what's going on here. Holy, I didn't quite expect it to be this dark. I hope everyone here is okay. Speaking of which, the elevator will be dead, won't it? Definitely. We'll have to make use of the stairs if we want to go to the other floors. Yeah, so you can't use the elevator, you have to use the stairs, which makes navigating the tower a little bit more annoying, but we're not really going to be going through the tower all that much anyway. The main point of heading into Zeiss is to go to the guild to turn in our zero field generator. So we're going to go ahead and do that. If you're on a higher difficulty level, I would recommend doing all the quests and defeating the dimension monster at the top of the Carnelia Tower before heading into the guild so that you'll have the zero field generator, but I don't roll like that. I like efficiency. So let's head on into the guild. Right on time. Oh, come on, Kilika. Were you seriously guessing that we'd be coming by? That floating city is the source of our current troubles, no? If you can't reach it directly, the most logical course of action is to ensure the various guild branches are alright. Yeah, that's logical. She does have a point. That's Kilika. Small talk aside, you can imagine how things have been here. Zeiss is practically built on a culture of ornament worship at this point. Losing them is a shock, to say the least. Chief Murdoch has been trying his best, but the citizens remain as panicked as ever. I was afraid of that. I hope he's okay. It'd be nice if we could help Mr. Murdoch out, but I don't know if we can. I'm sure he'd appreciate the company for a moment, if nothing else. The other major problem facing the city is the Chaldea Tunnel. With orbital lighting non-functional, passage through it has become much harder. No kidding. We came through them on the way here. You can barely see in front of yourself as things stand. It is very dangerous. What's more, the water pump at Elmo is currently non-functional and their hot springs are closed. Oh, nuts. Mrs. Mao must be really mad. That should be everything. Now it's my turn for questions, if you don't mind. What happened after I left the Carnelia Tower? Heck of a lot. I see. So it is the Auroral. It seems this was guaranteed to happen the moment they took the towers. Yes, most likely. When you think about it, heading to the towers is probably a waste of time. It's kind of depressing. We have little time for regrets now. If nothing else, it sounds as though you obtained a far greater understanding of their plans in your visits to the towers. What we must focus on now is putting what we know to use for the future. Kilika, would you mind fixing my phone, by the way? Guiding you to a better future will be hard if I can't get in touch after all. Okay. Well then, Tita, you have the honors. Okay, well, let's do it. All done. Should be fine now. As I would expect of Professor Russell, he's done well again. Thank you, everyone. This will help tremendously. Nothing to it. I'm glad we could be of assistance. Well, at this point, it's time to put our weary feet back on the road to help the other guild houses. Need help with anything before we go? The city lies in the shadow of Leiston Fortress, so keeping order will not be difficult. Still, if you could, check the board. As I intimated earlier, checking on the central factory in Elmo would be wise. Their problems seem to be compounding themselves. Will do then. keep that in mind. Okay, yeah. So if we want to call for our backups or whatever, we can. Let's go ahead and turn in some stuff. Sweet. Ooh, got a Strega B1. Awesome. I'll have to check that out, actually. Let's see what we got here. Strega B1. Was that boots? Yeah, there they are. Whoa! 200 defense and 10 move? That's pretty nice. But, yeah, it reduces your speed. So I might equip those on, like, Agate or Zane, somebody like that who needs the movement. Go ahead and get that Ritterway monster and the Trap Plains monster. And, let's start with the Trap Plains monster. I'm on the Trap Plains Road on the way to Wolf Fort, and here is the monster that we have to deal with. 8 of these Abyss Worms. They have about 11,000 HP. They're weak to wind. But the thing is with them is that they cause earthquakes whenever they're injured, and those earthquakes on easy deal about 1,000 damage to each party member, and their regular hits deal anywhere between 100 and about 800. So, the problem is that you want to deal with them individually. Even if there's 8 of them, you want to take them out one by one. So, that being said, this is going to be a very long fight. So, what I think I'm going to do, just to make it, tolerable, I'm going to pretty much just speed it up. Yeah, there's going to be some fast forwarding in this fight. But for the main part, I'm going to be using Heaven's Kiss with Sherazard. And if she's not Heaven's Kissing, she's going to be using attack spells. Tita's going to be using some support spells like Speed Up, Attack Up, and then probably attacking either with her gun or with magic. And Estelle's going to be using regular physical hits, whereas Joshua's going to be using his true dual strike. So that is the order of what's going to happen, and I'm going to fast forward and see you whenever I'm done with these guys. About time. Man, that took forever. So, yeah, now I'm gonna meet you at the top of the Carnelia Tower whenever I defeat those dimension bugs. Oh, killed those guys. Let's see, what do I get? Oh, a power orb. Awesome! That sounds like it increases strength. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Power orb. There it is, right there. Whoa! Yeah. So, +3 move, +5 speed, and +50 strength. That's amazing! So I'm going to be equipping that on him. And, yeah, with all this speed stuff and everything, and the Divine Cross, I mean, we are going to be unstoppable. Anyway, next time on Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 2nd Chapter, we're going to be heading into Elmo Village and seeing what's wrong with their hot springs. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.